Okay, first up, if you could just talk a little bit about this Facebook post that you guys decided and why you reached this point.
We had a concerned citizen that gave us the video. He was concerned and had a reaction just like everyone else had a reaction to the video that's observed on social media. That concerned citizen brought it to the attention of one of our police officers. Our police officer brought it to our attention, at which time we felt it was important to try to identify the people that were involved in that incident.
When did you get this video?
We received it yesterday.
Do you have any sort of idea of when it might have been recorded, any sort of inkling as to who's in that?
Our best understanding right now is that it was a couple of weeks ago that the incident transpired. It was not reported to the police at the time that it happened, but our officers did come across it again yesterday and brought it to our attention immediately.
Any idea who the victim is in the video?
I would tell you that we have a very good idea who the victim is. We have actually, from my understanding, interviewed the victim, and we are going forward. Obviously, it's an ongoing investigation at this point. There's all kinds of different levels of charges that could come about from this incident, so we're being very cautious on releasing any names or victim names at this point.
What kind of charges are?
They could be facing anywhere from a battery, aggravated battery, and so on. There could be property-type crimes involved in it also.
The concerned person who brought the video to your attention, is that the same person who took the video, or did they see this video being spread on Facebook from someone else?
At this point, I'm going to say the person's anonymous. It is a concerned citizen, had a visceral reaction to it like everyone else, and felt an obligation to report it.
But they didn't necessarily take the video?
No, but I do want to say that we do appreciate everyone that has shown some type of reaction to the video, which is what we were kind of hoping for in the first place. That those individuals are posting on our Facebook and have been very diligent in trying to give us some type of investigative lead going forward.
And why isn't the audio available on the Facebook video?
Right now, the audio is not available because of evidentiary purposes. There are comments being made throughout the video that I guess from our understanding, the belief would be that that person potentially could be involved in the crime based off some of the audio that's in the video. So we're being very careful as to releasing the audio at this point because we don't know who exactly has culpability in the incident. So as part of the investigation, we're kind of keeping the audio out of it at this point.
Several people just standing by, bystanders, as this person punches this guy in the face. I mean, any sort of reaction to that?
I can tell you that everyone that has posted on our Facebook, for the most part, has had a reaction to individuals standing and watching an incident like this transpire. It's very hard to watch, and I think people are hoping that a hero would step up in that moment and do something about it, but since that didn't happen, people are having a reaction to it, and I guess where we have to be cautious is the understanding of, in a mob mentality, you really don't know if that person would be having a safety concern if they did step up in the moment. I think we all hope for that, but in this situation, it obviously didn't happen.
I think there was a comment on Facebook too, it might have been raised about it potentially being defensive, that this person the attacker, do you have anything?
Really, to comment on that at this point, it would be for other people to make judgments on. There, in my opinion, my perspective, defensive is not how I would view that, personally.
How severely injured was this person?
We, just through the video alone, have ascertained that the individual was knocked unconscious for a couple of seconds at least. And we understand that he suffered some injury post the attack.
Seems like you guys are really using Facebook here as a critical part of your investigation and getting the word out to people. Is that kind of the way this is moving towards, or are you using other outlets to?
For the future, I'm not sure. It depends on the class of crime and our need and the assistance of the public to help us with the investigations. I think the nice thing about Facebook is that it is kind of a public square moment for people to really have a chance to see what happened and see what maybe didn't make the news cycle or maybe get reported to the police, and for us to be able to follow up on that and actually turn it into some type of moment which hopefully would include justice is important for us.
How's the victim now?
I'm not prepared to release any of that type of information.
When will we be able to find out about potential charges or anything about the victim?
I will tell you that our detectives are diligently working right now on trying to put the case together, and I would imagine in the next couple of days, maybe at the end of the week, we'll have something for you.
Excuse me. Person I want to talk to is out there.
Okay, thank you very much.
What's the age of the victim?
Right now, I'm not releasing any victim information.
Right.
Has the Parks Department, Sherry Howland, been contacted about the incident? Were they aware of this incident before the release of the video?
Not to my knowledge. What I can tell you that Goshen is very proud of our Parks Department. We're very proud of our parks. It's an area where we get to bicycle. We have a lot of runners, walkers, and we definitely do not want our community members to feel like it's unsafe going into our parks, and that's another reason for the release onto Facebook.
Have you increased patrols in that area?
We have constant patrols. Our guys do a really good job of getting into the parks and taking a look around quite often, but just like with anything else, when the presence of a police officer is there, people seem to be more well-behaved.
Could you just talk about the tight-knit community of Goshen, how, I mean, I saw this video posted and within 5 minutes, it was already shared hundreds of times. Can you talk about the, you know, what that means for the community, that everyone's kind of looking out for it?
I think what it means for me personally, knowing that a small group of people could get together and think that this was cute or funny and get a laugh out of a sucker punch, and then to see the reaction from everybody within the community kind of makes you feel a lot better about the community as a whole, and how everybody was taken aback just like we were when we watched it, and it shows that it's just a few that have done this that got any satisfaction out of it, so it's nice to see that.
Some people on Facebook saying by the audio not being there, it's not painting the whole picture of the public what could have happened. What's your response to that?
My personal response, my perspective is the audio makes it worse, especially for the victimization of the person that was punched.
About the bystanders, is there any chance that they could be prosecuted later?
That's another main reason why the audio was left out. We have no idea what direction the prosecutor's office would want to go with something like this. So, and to be able to take that audio and apply it to somebody who might not be on video would it be tedious for the investigators. So we're making sure that we are following it the way that we should as far as evidentiary purposes.
Has it been determined how many people were around in that area when that?
I think that it can safely be said that there was at least a handful of individuals at the moment involved.
Is there any correlation between the bystanders that were just sitting there? Were they part of the attack or just?
It is way too early for us to answer a question like that because I really don't know the culpability of anyone else that was standing there at this moment.
Premeditated?
I can't answer that either. It would take a thorough investigation to give a clear answer on that.
In terms of the park, I mean, is this something where, was the police department surprised by it, or does this park typically attract, you know, a rougher crowd?
I would tell you that Rodgers Park has had issues in the past, and we have done our best as a police department to be proactive, where we're not even doing the normal everyday patrol out in those areas, that we have sent individuals in to do surveillance of the park to make sure that these activities aren't happening. But for some unknown reason, that park has been a focus of individuals who seem to want to cause trouble within the community sometimes. So it is a park that we have concerns. We've done our best as a police department with our manpower issues and so on to be able to get in there and do something about it. But if I had to identify a park, that's been one of the parks that we've been worrisome over.